Shalom, call hello Yahweh Shemiah Shai Ba'ashem Kodash. Double honors to the elder apostles and elder bishops of GMS, including the elders that came before them that tell us the truth. And shalom and salutations to all the brothers out pushing the word of truth and in sincerity, the hopeful elect tabernacle of David. All right, this is a quick lesson on what is to come. All right, and what is about to go down, really all over the world. But there's this phrase, dark winter, right? And I mean, it's still hot out here, but depending on where you're at, in Babylon the Great, you could be getting flooded. You could be on fire. You could be in drought. And here comes hurricane season, all right? So they're really using the hell out of these weather control machines. All right, so anyway, this is 2020, December 24th. Let's just watch the information that's in this short film. It's only 4:25. Listen to what they're saying. All right. Let's see. I don't know who made it, but whoever did make it has a lot of information. So let's watch it. And let's see. Commercial.
The dark winter came after the first pandemic, and while everybody was paralyzed from fear of the virus, we had something far greater that we were unprepared for. Cyber Polygon was the largest cyber attack ever to be executed. The world's internet was collapsed intentionally, and all of our rights to information were cut off.
Now, we'll play that again, and just within that first, 28 seconds, how many things have Cyber Polygon was an operation that they did. Dark Winter was an operation that they did. Listen to what they're saying that these things are. Okay? They shut the internet down? All right? Of course, this devil has to show you what he's going to do. All right?
The dark winter came after the first pandemic, and while everybody was paralyzed from fear of the virus, we had something far greater that we were unprepared for. Cyber Polygon was the largest cyber attack ever to be executed. The world's internet was collapsed intentionally, and all of our rights to information were cut off. Banking, medical records, all databases were heavily attacked. Power grids were shut down, businesses were finished. Economies collapsed, forcing us closer and closer to the Great Reset.
Boom. Going into what? That C-hip. All right, I'm going to let it play, but how many different C theories did they touch on in 40 seconds? All right.
Most were not prepared for this annihilation and were now frozen within the illusion of democracy. The puppets performed on stage while we watched impassively. We had entered the dark winter without any awareness. When the attack finally came, it moved at lightning speed. The military were brought in to keep order on the streets, to assist the understaffed police. With the huge cut in funding, institutions broke down, resulting in a worldwide loss of confidence in government. People fought amongst themselves, and countries were close to a civil war. Many people died due to the civil unrest, and the casualties were out of control. The world was in a state of international emergency. You had to fight for yourself over those years. Economies had fallen, and unless you were self-sufficient, obtaining food was difficult. People had relied so much on the old system that when the rug was pulled from under our feet, we didn't realize what had happened. We were not prepared for those months. They had brought the attack forward as the few of us who had awoken started to reveal the mechanics to this evil. The algorithms inside the control rooms had told them that they had to attack us now. People's stupidity and denial of truth kept the majority running in the gerbil wheel. Most just fell into an even deeper sleep. We had fully immersed ourselves into their narrative, digesting and living the script they had planned for a very long time. So many just blindly followed, lost in a heavy, suffocating, all-encompassing darkness. They created the money, they created the problems. They then created a solution that only limited us further. They used the excuse that the money isn't available to solve those problems, so we ended up caught in a whirlwind of dramas that stifled our human evolution. The creators of that money wanted control of our consciousness, and they would do everything to stop us. No one was going to save us from this horror. No leader could sufficiently lead us. We were emerging slowly, but would we change in time? We could only lead ourselves, but most people had been broken down by the constant abuse of control. We had to come together and find ways to connect, but most locked their houses and kept themselves barricaded in. The ones that were trapped in the cycle of fear were the ones that perished. When we stood strong, understanding our true power, this could not affect us. Your life is your human sovereignty. Each life is crucial. Each life must be questioned. When do you give your power away? Where do you feel powerless?
Wow. Looking at this now, so this was 2 years ago. So looking at this now, you're able to, hindsight is what? 2020. Anyway, let's go here. What does the scripture say about winter? This is Matthew 24:20. But pray ye that your flight be not in the winter, neither on the Sabbath day. So what's coming here? All right. We're coming up on winter. If I go back and play that again, right? These things happened at a particular time. They were triggered at a particular time. All right. So anyway, Vlad Putin, Vlad Tepes, if you will. Let's go to Matthew 24:6, and you shall hear of wars and rumors of wars. See that you be not troubled, for all these things will come to pass, but the end is not yet. Wars and rumors of war. All right, let's go here. We'll listen to 5 seconds of this.
This is really bad if it is true. We are seeing unconfirmed reports right now that Russia is moving tactical nuclear weapons to Crimea in
Tactical nuclear weapons. This is full spectrum survival with my boy Skeletor here. Russian nukes on the move. Cyber warfare has started. Cyber Polygon that girl brought up. She mentioned food being hard. Everything was in that little vignette. Touched on everything. Money, CBDC, everything. All right, go back and watch that. Okay, Dark Winter dystopian sci-fi short film, Zachary Denman. All right, watch that again. All right, this guy's talking about nukes. He's talking about the cyber polygon, and then what? They can take down the internet. They're gonna shut the lights off. Go dark.
This is really bad if it is true. We are seeing unconfirmed reports right now that Russia is moving tactical nuclear weapons to Crimea in an event that will shock all of the European world. They say that they are doing this so that Ukraine and NATO allies cannot continue to attack or retake the Crimean region.
Now, he said, if it is true.
This is really bad if it is true.
If it is true. What does that go into? Rumors. Okay. So anyway, the prophecies are jumping off the page. Okay. Which is my point. Let's watch this real quick and we'll try to bring it to an end so that we don't go too far with it. This is World at War, August 27th. That's 2 days ago. What's today? I think today is 29. So, let's see. Let's lock it. Yeah, today's the 29th. So what does it say? World at War, Russia to unleash General Winter. Right? A general in the Russian army is General Winter. What does that mean? Well, we use this coal to whoop a motherfucker's ass. All right?
Hello and welcome to this edition of World at War. I'm your host, Mohammed Saleh. While the world is busy analyzing the last 6 months of Russia's invasion into Ukraine, Vladimir Putin is preparing to deploy Russia's most famous general in history. And this is General Winter. Nothing that Russia has or has had in its arsenal has ever been as devastating as the Russian winter. Men such as Napoleon Bonaparte and Adolf Hitler, who thought that they'd been handpicked by destiny to rule over the fortunes of Europe, were humbled by the spears of the icy winds of winter. Sanctions as a weapon of war are a double-edged sword. It cuts Russia both ways. So far, Russia has absorbed the stringent round of EU sanctions. And now, Russia has poised itself to strike back by unleashing General Winter on Europe. The Nord Stream 1 pipeline that is operating at just about 20% of its capacity will shut again for maintenance work for a period of 3 days from the 31st of August. On the German side, experts say that the Nord Stream 1, which had been shut for 10 days for maintenance work in the month of July, does not need any more maintenance. The fear is that Russia may turn off the gas tap completely. In Britain, energy bills will shoot up by nearly 80% by October to an average of $4,188 per annum, plunging millions of households across Britain into what is now being described as fuel poverty. The poorer income households will have to make a chilling choice between getting food to eat or turning on the heater to stay warm in the ice-cold winter.
There's your dark winter. There's your general winter. Okay. What happened in Texas? I think it was 2021 when they shut down the power. Texas has its own power grid. They shut that thing down. They steered the jet stream down there and froze a bunch of niggas' nuts off. Okay. What did Jake do? Jake ran in the house with the barbecue and lit up the propane tanks inside the pad, jumped in the car and killed himself. All right? Jake's ain't ready for this. All right? We can watch more. This is 23. Let me see.
This is not just the fear of recession, but a question of survival for the poor in Britain.
There's a pipeline of cash coming through over the next few months and through the autumn and the winter. But that is clearly now going to be augmented, increased by extra cash that the government is plainly going to be announcing in September. Most of the money will go to the 8 million most vulnerable households. That's the right thing to do. A lot of money will be going to absolutely everybody. But what I don't think we should be doing is trying to cap the whole thing for absolutely everybody, the richest households in the country. This will go on for a few months, and it will go on over the winter, and it will be tough, and I've been very clear about that.
So what are they doing? They're trapping the people. Trapping them into what? Well, prices of everything are going up. But guess what? We'll bail you out. We'll give you some heat. Guess what you got to do? Well, you have to play our game. What is our game? CBDC. We're going to put this money in your account that you can pay for your bills, your astronomical bills. What is a caveat? What must you do in order to use that money? All right, the charagma. All right, the C hip in the right hand, right there. Okay, or in your forehead. All right, we'll give you a universal basic income. We'll get you back in. All right, if you play along. Anyway, we'll stop right there. If you want to go watch this whole thing, all right. WION channel, World at War, episode 17. All right, but we see where it's going. All right. All of these things are designed to push you headlong into what? Revelation 13:16, and he causeth all. What do you mean causeth? He maketh. Backed you into a corner with a compartmentalized plan that you can't see until it's too late. He causeth all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a charagma in their right hand or in their foreheads, and that no man might buy or sell save that he had the charagma or the name of the beast or the number of his name. All right, so hey, here comes the winner. All right. So with that, we hope that the elect were edified. With that, we're going to say shalom.